Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. What do we have here? We have a lot of things to cover. Maybe not a lot, but very deep. Why? Because we're going to talk about the Russians somehow having about what? 16? Is that what it is? 16 ships in the Black Sea. How in the hell they still have 16 ships in the Black Sea? How is that possible? Didn't we hear all the time that Neptunes and the storm shadows and all this, the little boats, the maritime drones kicked the Russian Navy out of Black Sea? Russia deploys 16 ships in the Black Sea. And not only, a Russian submarine goes around Great Britain. Yes, through the French channel. I'm sorry, the English channel. I'm going to show you the map. And the Brits are all, what are we doing? Our pussy hurts. They scramble everything because of that submarine. Why? Remember, the Russian says, we are ready. So they get ready. Now, Japan scrambles its garbage. Why? Because Russian airplanes circle the country, the islands. That's another one. It's unbelievable, man. It's just the other one. My Canadian friends, if you didn't know, you play a very important role on the global stage. With 40 million people, vast country uncovered, with a military strong, you want to challenge Putin. Why? Because Mr. Imbecile Justin Trudeau, that guy with the black face and all that, and appointed because of his father, he says that, well, you know what, we don't care about the Russians' nuclear threat, The Ukrainians should be allowed to strike inside Russia. No, Russia, you can't hit us. No. You can hit them, you can nuke them, but not, we just talk. We just talk from far, far away, thinking that you can't get us. But hey, if you want to hit the Ukrainians for something that you said you will hit them with nuclear weapons, if they use American or British long-range missiles, you do it, but we're good because we are Canadians, and Canadians stick together, and we're good-hearted, and but you're a garbage. Did you hear this guy vomiting the same mantra on you? Aren't you sick, my fellow Canadians, about we Canadians are not like that? Says who? Do you represent all of us? Yeah, I was voting in the office. This guy, he was elected 2 times, right? This guy, what kind of legitimacy he had? Remember, this guy was in a room with heavyweights, probably garbage, but anyway, heavyweights in garbage, and he was somehow picked as being the prime minister representing the party. Can you believe this? No one in the room said, wait a second, this guy is a teenager, a late teenager in his brain. This guy hasn't done shit in the party. His father did, but we don't hire his father here. We hire this guy, and we all put it off. We just go back and leave this infantile be the prime minister of our party after all our extended lives in politics, trying to get in that position. This guy cuts the line. Well, that could have been one. And the other one would be, you know what? We're gonna do some crazy stuff, but we're not gonna be responsible. So let's get a clown. Trudeau. You're the clown. You have to do this, you have to do this, you have to do this. And he's going to be like, yes, I will do. Let me check my pussy first. Oh, yeah, I will do that too. All right, that was for you, Trudeau. And they're going to have Trudeau things up for us, but check marks their little list. And you can blame Trudeau, but not the guys behind. The big heavyweights in garbage. So this is Trudeau. And the Russians say their reactions on Trudeau's statement. And finally, I hope, but I'm not convinced though, that the Germans really got the Russians' message with nuclear weapons. Why? Because again, Mr. Scholz, who's a baboon, but baboons sometimes feel pain and sometimes feel pleasure. So as a baboon, Mr. Scholz feels pain or the possible pain inflicted by the Russians if they get upset with Germany. So he's not participating in the UK-US actually coalition to fight Russia. He said, you know what? Hey, I'm going. Anyway, so he's not going to participate in long-range missile systems sent to Ukraine. Why? Because he knows the Russians are not joking, playing around like these guys. All right, so let's start with the first one. Here, this comes from the Telegraph. This is 21 hours ago. Royal Navy scrambles to shadow a Russian submarine through channel. So, this is the Novorossiysk. Comes out so you can see him. Why? Baby doll, this is a threat for you. This is a warning right there. And these guys are saying a Royal Navy warship was deployed to shadow a Russian submarine through the English Channel. I'm going to show you where it is. Monitored, this guy's Iron Duke, monitored Novorossiysk Kilo class submarine and Evgeny Shurov, its supporting tug, as it passed through the Channel and the North Sea at the start of the month. The Portsmouth-based frigate also shadowed 2 other Russian vessels with the help of another ship, Tyne. Alongside these 2 RAF Typhoons scrambled to intercept 2 Russian Bear F aircraft on Wednesday. So these guys are just giving you a clear, how do you call it, a clear signal. We get in our position. Developments come at a time of high tension between UK and Russia. No, UK want to destroy Russia, and the Russians now they tell them, back the fuck off, we're gonna squish you like a bug. Not admit that. No, you were basically trying to do that. You are these guys' vassal state, but you are as I said many times before, Al Capone is the slave master. Then you have the slave masters like the countries Romania and these guys over there from Europe, plus Australia, New Zealand, South Korea, and Japan. They have Palau and Papua New Guinea and Paraguay, I think, and they have their plantation over there, cutting sugar cane over there. And then you have the slave, the house servant, UK. That's it. France is in the slave over there, is cutting cane, but doesn't like that the Brits are house servant, they're not plantation slaves. So sometimes they bring the mail in, the post office mail in, and they linger in the house, but great thinking that it's gonna just ooze itself into the house servant. But the Great Britain knows that and say, no, you go out now, you go over there, bring me some sugar cane. Tea time. Oh, sorry, let me take my pants. Okay, here it is. So this is the English, British telling the French, and the French go back to and again hit their pussy hurt. So this is what's going on. These guys scrambled it. Oh, let's see what that happened. What's the location? This is Europe as we know it, right? Here is Russian Federation. This is Ukraine right here. This is the United Kingdom. But this is not called United Kingdom's channel, it's called English channel. It's not called, for instance, the Welsh channel, it's called the English channel, even though Wales is right here. But this is United Kingdom. You know what I mean? All right. So this is where these guys came. North Sea, and these guys are all, crying and so on. Next one. Russians deploy 16 ships to Black Sea. How is this possible? How is this possible? Now this is Saturday, today, 14th September, 9:09 a.m. 16. I thought they didn't have shit anymore. And we find out what kind of ships they have. A total of 16 ships, Russian ships, have been deployed in the Black Sea as the morning of 14th September, including 7 missile carriers equipped with Kalibr cruise missiles with a total firing capacity of up to 48 missiles. You know what it is? We're going to you up. And I don't think they talk about Ukraine. I think they talk about Romania. I don't know. I just have a gut feeling. Why? Because I will show you the map again. And very, very revealing. Now, here it is. So, this is Ukraine. I'm going to show you a different map as well. This is Russia. The Black Sea is this. And this is Romania. So, if you put them right here, you usually attack Ukraine here and the Polish part of Ukraine right here, the northern. They're not going to attack from here, Poland. It's possible, but it's easier to go from here. But better to go from two directions. But I guess this Kogolnichanu military base, NATO military base right here, the biggest, I think, airfield, NATO airfield in Europe is here. I'm going to show you a different map. All right, here it is. So here is Kogolnichanu by Constanza in this area. So these guys are in the Black Sea, PPP, and are about to fuck them up right here. If they take these guys, here are Belgians, they're Dutch, are military, they're French, they're Americans, they're British, they're Spanish, all these things that I read along the last 2 years of garbage. They are right in this area, right? So these guys are coming with 48 missiles here to fuck these guys up. They don't come to Odessa and Nikolaev and Bababaki, Chisinau. No. I think they come to give these guys not a clear message. We are here. You just send those, just say you're going to send those long-range missiles to Ukraine, and we're going to give you what we said we're going to give you. Some loving. All right. So, the Ukrainian Navy reported that the following ships passed through the Kerch Strait over the 24 hours. The Black Sea, 3 ships, all of which continue towards the Bosphorus. The Bosphorus Straits are where the, how do you call it? How do you call those guys? Turks. The Turks are responsible for that. That is right here. Bosphorus is right here. Dardanelles is right here. The Sea of Manamara, all right, is right here. So in order to get in and out, but they can't get out if they are warships. They can get out, but they can't go in because Turkey is responsible of closing them if there's a conflict in the Black Sea area. All right, so they were going over the Sea of Azov, 8 ships, 5 of which were moving from the Bosphorus. How is that possible? Now, are these warships or just ships? Russia has deployed up to 4 or 5 ships in the Black Sea in recent months. The last time over 10 ships were deployed was at the beginning of February 2024. Next one, Ukrinform. Russia keeps 7 warships armed with 48 cruise missiles in Black Sea. Russia kept 16 warships in the Black Sea area as of 7 a.m. Saturday, today. 7 of them armed with up to 48 Kalibr cruise missiles. Got that message, baby doll, or you didn't? Romania, hello, baby doll. Ram pam pam, and these guys here, and I know it. All right, let's see what the Japanese did. I told you, the Japanese, again, at the orders of Scar, of Al Capone, slave master, how you want to call him, he's or she, let's be inclusive for a change. I'm going to find a name for United States that could be gender inclusive and fluid as well. We're gonna see Japan now, I don't know, crying with their pussy because the Russians are encircling our island. Who's the aggressor? The Russians. All right, not them. Japan today. All right, Japan today. Let's see what you got. And we have this is Tu-142 aircraft. So from Thursday morning to afternoon, the Russian Tu-142 aircraft flew from the sea between Japan and South Korea towards the southern Okinawa region. Japan scrambles jets as Russian aircraft circle country. Japan, I'm going to show you on the map, Japan scrambled fighter jets after Russian aircraft flew around the archipelago for the first time in 5 years. Why? Because you're a beige. From Thursday morning to afternoon, the Russian Tu-142 that you saw over there, beautiful, flew from the sea between Japan and South Korea towards the southern Okinawa region, according to the defense minister. All right, then they went northward over the Pacific Ocean to finish the journey off the Hokkaido island in that's Hokkaido. They have Sapporo as the main city. So let's see where that is located, shall we? All right, so we're going to use this French map right here. So you have the Sea of Japan right here. This is Japan. This is Hokkaido right here. This is Sapporo. These are the Kurils or the Northern Territories that the Russians have. So this one came like so they probably started from here, from Russia, from here. They went through the straits right here, South Korea, went around, and they went around Hokkaido. Got that? So they encircle it. Don't worry, you got the Americans. They're going to tell you to shoot it down, and then when the Russians going to fuck you up, the Americans will fight from far, far away, but you will be right there face to face with the Russians, and you're going to get not only a black eye, anyway, good pounding. All right, so that's with that one. And let's see how Trudeau, your prime minister, our imbecile in the northern border, is a tough guy right here. You see how he is? Yeah, man. I think I'm going to fuck these guys up. Yeah. Concern and all. Fuck, man. Anyway, here he is. Ukraine should be allowed to strike deep inside Russia. Okay? So this is from the 14th of August September 2024. So this guy thinks that Ukraine didn't Putin just issue a nuclear warning if these guys are going to shoot that? Trudeau is a guy, I met this kind of people in my life, and I know them, people that you grew up with and then you saw them as adults. So let's say you went to school with them, you went to high school, maybe you went to college, maybe you have them, you you know them from extracurricular activities and all that. And then this guy all of a sudden, who was a pussy all their lives, hanging out with girls only, being not girls like the guy who's gonna get the girls, no, like a semi-girl with the girls. Have you seen this kind of people? Very feminized, very mild, he would not deal with us, with the rest of us, because we would make fun of him, because he was a pussy. Then he was over there, and with all their life would be a weak person. But then somehow this guy will get in a position of power, I don't know, because of his father was a judge or something like that, and will be appointed, and with the connections will get a job. And then you're going to see this guy tough as hell at the TV, or he's going to be like tough, and you say, how was that not metamorphosis? How did that happen? No, it didn't happen. It didn't happen. He's trying to be something he's never been, he always wanted to be, but his inferiority complex urges him to be someone that he's not. So this is with this garbage that Trudeau. If you want to do a psychological evaluation, I can do it just like this. Give me about 23 seconds. So let's move on. Sputnik, what the Russians are saying. Trudeau statement on use of long-range weapons against Russia, unsurprising. Here he is. This guy. Well, why? Because he thinks he's outside of it. NATO, the Americans, all these tough guys, including the baboons that they are ruling over, okay, all these guys, don't include us actually, all these guys think because they are not hurt. They think that thing is over there, somewhere over there. Putin told them, no, it's going to be you. And these guys are telling them, nah, don't worry, it's not going to do it. I went yesterday to one of my favorite places in Michigan, where, my surrounding area. And I've been over there to a restaurant bar outside, enjoying my time, this talking. And I looked around and I looked at these guys, and the atmosphere was great. I'm not talking about the people that I was with over there. I was talking about the people I didn't know. And I was looking, everybody was dressed really nice, smelling nice, looking relaxed. The voices were down. It was a live music. Someone played over there. Some very calming atmosphere. And I was thinking, look at this. I spoke with, I said, look at these guys, man. Look at these guys. These guys live their lives. And in the meantime, these guys right here are dying in Ukraine. Or in Gaza. And a lot of these decisions of those guys dying over there was made by people who keep them in this state of kumbaya, which is fantastic. The problem is, it's a matrix. It's a matrix. It was great. I was thinking, if you ask these guys, they don't understand that in 1 second, Putin can destroy all that. And that's not because of necessarily crazy Putin, but a decision made by people that they support. And supported some of them. I guarantee you that. And if I would have taken a poll, which obviously you don't do it in those kind of circumstances, I guarantee you there would be some people that say, yeah, Ukrainska, yeah, this Putin, without even understanding that they have over there something that is decided by other people. And that could be changed, again, by the same people pushing on the idiot Putin. The same with Trudeau. Trudeau thinks he's outside. Oh, it's not going to hurt me. They can use it. No. Understand, this guy's gonna punch you in the face too, and you can't punch back, by the way, Canada. Nevertheless, unless you suck someone's in the south, his member. So let's go and see how these guys, I think, at least say it, that they got the message. Agence France Presse. Germany insists it won't give Ukraine long-range missile. So for once, this guy, if true, he doesn't want to participate in the US-American frenzy. And this guy thinks he's, the other one will destroy, because he's a good Canadian, unlike you. Why? Because you disagree with him. So here it is. German Chancellor Olaf Scholz doubled down Friday on Berlin's refusal to send long-range missiles. He's closer to the Russians. Is that playing a factor in his decision, you think? No, because the Poles are activated, the Baltic states are activated, the Romanians are used like a lady of the night by the Americans and whomever in NATO, and these guys are under occupation. But still, look at them. I don't know if this is just a play, I'm just pretending. So refusal. So double down on Friday on Berlin's refusal to send long-range missiles to Ukraine, even as other Western powers discussed allowing Kiev more freedom to use such weapons. That freedom kills Russians. So you see how these guys use euphemisms for those guys at the bar that I was. Or they use for freedom to use it. But we send, you guys that approve that thing, you send aid. You know what that includes? Not AIDS. You send it somewhere else. Aid. You know where you send that aid? What is aid? You send war weapons to kill other people. Now you can say, well, it's in self-defense, which it's not. Why? Because 2014, or if you want, 1991. Okay? But these guys are using euphemisms not to disturb the people at the restaurant and drinking their wine and dining with their ribs or whatever they were doing over there. Okay, that's why it was. And why? Because when they read, I'm an intellectual, honey. I have I go to my study, and he goes in his desk. He reads Wall Street Journal or New York Times. This is a sign in United States of America. If you read or used to read these newspapers, you were considered a sophisticated intellectual. All right, but they didn't understand that they were actually reading someone else's garbage to propagandize them, and then he would tell the wives and the ladies, their girlfriends or mistresses, how, this is what's going on. I read in an article in New York Times, yes, Mr. Joshua Bernstein wrote in the New York Times, and then I read the other one, it was Benjamin, Goldberg in Wall Street Journal, that article, said that we're good, man, we're good. Oh, you want now? Okay, baby, Here it is, my friends, here it is. It's serious, and my problem is with this. This should have been stopped, reached this point in 2022 in March. And end of March, after that thing collapsed and the Russians realized that NATO goes full force with sanctions, with weapons and all that, the first weapons that they sent to Ukraine, they said, no, we're going to go not from 0 to 1. We're going to go, and then now we are here. No, we're going to do like this. You do, right there. That's it. Don't give me no proportion. Remember when the Georgians, from Georgia, not the state of Georgia, the country of Georgia in the Caucasus, started killing those guys in South Ossetia, remember? In 2008, I think it was, after they were told by imbeciles that they can join NATO in one day, they immediately attack, and they kill some Russians, and then Putin slapped them a little bit. He was in Beijing at the Olympics, remember that one? If you don't, I give you the update on that one. And he was in an interview, and Putin said, because interviewer asked him why Russia did not use proportionate response to that. And Putin said, okay, well, you said proportionate response. They struck us with tanks, airplanes, missiles. They killed our servicemen over there. And we were supposed to use what? Slingshots? That's exactly what, slingshots to defend ourselves? He said, no, we gave them a black eye. The same here. I mean, in my life, if you punch me 1, I punch you 3. Or if you punch me with this intensity, I will punch you with 3 times intensity. Or if I can knock you out, I will knock you out. Why? We were here at the beginning. I didn't do anything. You didn't do anything. So you were the one who did it. Who says that I should match your proportion? You didn't ask me when you escalated here. So, off. I'm going to go right here. Oh my God, what's that reaction? Well, I'm supposed to be at your orders. Your reaction was acceptable, and I have to just be within your reaction? No, I'll be in my reaction. And I think this is my reaction. And you can go here if you can. Let's go. I mean, I didn't punch you. You punched me first. So now I'm going to do whatever I can all the way. But no, Putin waited 2.5 years, and these guys will say, we're gonna probably be at war with you if you use long-range missiles, and that means a direct participation. Direct participation is every time that guy gives weapons to my enemy to kill my people or my family. You are my enemy. You are already in it. If you gave them a bullet to shoot at and kill one of my family members, you are right there. Don't give me aid. We just give aid to defend themselves. That's between me and this guy, like Germany and Poland. Not Great Britain and France and Germany, but hey, you have to destroy those guys, not the Soviets. Why? Who were in charge of Soviet Union at that time? Yeah, good guy Joseph, Uncle Joe, as Roosevelt used to call him, Uncle Joe, Joseph Stalin, plus Kaganovich and his little clique that right now run around in Foreign Ministry of the United States of America, Defense Ministry in Great Britain, presidency in, let's say, Mexico, future, right, elected, and in, call it if you want, in the Middle East as well, and the guy in Zelensky Stein's Ukraine. I mean, all these guys, please leave me the fuck alone. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.